So I am here to do the first video challenge for the March Mystery Madness readathon that's happening this month. That's being hosted by Troy from Troy Towel and Elizabeth from Lizzie Faye Loves Books. Yes, that's what it is. So there's like a little tag for it that is kind of like based on each of the words in the readathon title, so March, Mystery, and Madness. But really fast, I'm really excited. Jake got me a new bookshelf. I'm so happy. So now I have all of my books on the shelves, and yeah, so I'm really excited. It's just very strange because there's all of this empty space. Never had empty space on a bookshelf before. Anyways, okay, the first prompt is for March, and it's to pick a book that is green. And for that, I have picked The Story of a New Name by Elena Ferrante. This is the second book in the Neapolitan novels, and this is translated by Anne Goldstein. So this is absolutely fantastic. It's like kind of a light green, can't really tell very much. I want to try to pick books that I've read for the prompts. And yeah, this is absolutely fantastic. If you have not picked up or started the Neapolitan novels, I highly encourage you to do so. I'm going to try to read the third one this month, I think. Or I guess the month is almost over, so probably next month. But it's an absolutely beautiful story about friendship between two women and like post-World War II, I'm pretty sure it's post-World War II, Naples, and yeah, this story follows them from about from about when they're 16 years old through the end of college, so probably like mid-20s, early to mid-20s. Absolutely fantastic. The second book is to pick a book with a leprechaun or other tiny person in it, and I didn't really know what to pick. So I picked Geek Love by Katherine Dunn. The narrator is a small person. I think she calls herself a dwarf, maybe, I don't know, but she is a member of the Banowski family, which is like not a circus. Is it a circus? It's like a freak show, a carnival. It's like a traveling carnival, and she is a albino. She's a hairless, albino, hunchback dwarf. So she's a very interesting character. This book is so good. It's super messed up. And yeah, just so good. The next one is to recommend a mystery. And for that, I have picked Quarantine in the Grand Hotel by Jenő Rejtő. And this is translated from Hungarian into English by István Farkas. This is a lot of fun. The reason that I'm recommending this book is because I feel like I'm reading Strong Poison right now, which I wanted to be done with by now because it's so quick and easy. But it's by Dorothy L. Sayers, and it's a Lord Peter Wimsey novel, and the book is set like in the 20s, and I feel like right now I'm seeing a lot of people on BookTube reading the Lord Peter Wimsey books, and like whoever isn't, whenever I say that I am, they're like excited for me to be reading it, and I feel like this has very similar feeling to it, so that's why I'm recommending this. It's more of like a comedy of errors, not comedy of errors, but there's like a lot of like secrecy and like miscommunication and thinking that someone is something when they're not. So it's like a lot of fun in that sense, but it's also set kind of like in the 20s or 30s. So it has it just feels the same kind of. It's a mystery, and you're trying to figure out like who done it or whatever. But it has the same kind of like early 20th century like fun crime mystery. So I would really, really recommend this book. It was really good, and I definitely want to read more of this author. The second one is pick a mystery from your TBR, and for that I am picking Agatha Christie, The Man in the Brown Suit, because I got it in the mail the other day and I'm super pumped. This is the next Agatha Christie that I need to read, and I'm really excited to read it, so I'm actually probably going to try to read this sooner and maybe put off the books that I said I was going to read, even though I really want to read Elmore Leonard. We'll see, but I definitely want to read this super, super soon. And then, so those are like the words for mystery, and then the next prompt is for madness, and so pick a psychological thriller or a psychopathic character, and for that I have picked Charles Manson from Helter Skelter. He's not really from Helter Skelter, he's from real life and such. But yeah, this is such a good book. He is a complete sociopath. Like I'm in awe of his ability to basically convince these people to do this. I have his biography right here that I still need to read, and I've been listening to the podcast You Must Remember This, and they're talking a lot about him, so he's just like a lot in my mind right now. But this book was written by Vincent Bugliosi, who was the prosecutor for the case, and so it's really, really factual. It's not really like a retelling or anything. It's just basically like, da, 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 this is what happened, and I think that was absolutely fantastic. I love the way that it was written. I'm very much like a science, not a science person, but I like things that are based in fact and reality, and I don't like people making. That's why I get really irritated, like with Death in the City of Lights and like whatever other books that I'm reading or have read that are crime novels or talk about something, and it's like they make a lot of assumptions and try to go into the mind of the killer, but this is like a true crime novel, and it's talking about a specific case, so I don't want that. If you want to do that, then like do a novelization of the crime, and then I wouldn't care as much, or like a fictionalized recounting of what happened. I wouldn't care as much, but it's just like this, I feel like the two styles clash. Anyways, this book doesn't do that. This book is perfect. I think it's fantastic. It's just so good. And then the last book, sorry, I'm doing this really, really fast because I need to like leave the house in like 5 minutes. The last one is to pick a book with a sports theme. I don't really have anything for that, so I picked Fight Club by Chuck Palahniuk because I feel like extreme fighting is a sport. Sure. You probably have seen the movie and know what the story is about, or have some kind of like vague idea of what's going on because it's like very much, I feel like, a part of our culture, kind of like talking about this and people knowing about this. So yeah, it was really good. Chuck is a very interesting human. That's all I can really say about him. But yeah, so those are the books that I picked for this tag. Oh gosh, I can't think of anyone to tag right now and I have to leave. So that means that I'm not going to post this video right away. I'm going to post it tonight when I get home. And I will I'll put a link to Elizabeth's video and Troy's video down below, and then I will tag a few people. And yeah, sorry that I'm not saying who I'm tagging right now, but I cannot think, and I need to get ready and go. Bye!